Welcome to another edition of GilTalks Sports. This time, all the way down in Montgomery, Texas, and let me tell you, it takes a minute. I had to leave a trail of breadcrumbs just so I could be sure how to get home. But welcome back. Of course, this segment is brought to you by Gilmore Electric, and we'll hear more from them a little bit later on. But right now, with us for her very first interview ever is the coach, Candyce Carter. And Candyce, thank you so much unwillingly joining us here in the pregame show.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Well, you should be happy to be here. You guys are riding the wave.
Yes, sir.
How much fun is that for you?
It's been so much fun. We have a very veteran senior-led team with 9 seniors on it, and it's just, I started with them when they were freshmen. That was my first year. I've been here 4 years, so it's been a very, very bittersweet year. I'm really excited for still what's to come.
And of course, senior night will be tonight. We'll be off the air on the radio, but maybe I'll get a little video clip of it and put it in the middle of this interview so you guys can see what that kind of looks like. But you're right, bittersweet moment, and unfortunately in your business that occurs every year.
Yes, sir, it does. It does. It's sad times, but they've left a lasting legacy. They've just done a great job. They've set the foundation. They've continued to build upon it, and I just couldn't be more proud to be their coach.
Well, and 25-1, you got one fly in the ointment, and I don't know if you can go back and do a do-over there, but it's hard to get the perfect season.
It is. We'd always love a do-over, but we're never going to look in the past. We're focused on the future, trying to be present with where our feet are, and that's where our heads are at right now.
Well, the future is bright. Like 9-0 in district. Essentially, even a loss tonight, you still win the district.
Oh, we're one game at a time. So
I understand, but that would make it 9-1.
That's good to know. I'm happy about that.
Nobody else is going to catch you. Even if the Cougs get the win, they'll be 6-2. They got the 2 losses, so you are safe with the 1 loss. So let me be the first to congratulate you as district champion.
Thank you so much. Happy to hear it. We really do focus on one game at a time, and sometimes we just say, we're not looking at the big picture, focus on the small picture, 1-0, one game at a time. So I guess I would have figured that out tomorrow.
Maybe, right. Well, good. I'm glad I gave you the scoop.
Yes, I appreciate it. I needed that.
See, I told you you'd like
now I got something to play for.
District title champions here. And what a beautiful campus you have. You can tell the school really takes pride in its athletics.
Yes, we have a great admin staff, from our athletic director, Brad LaPlante, to our principal, Timothy Williams. They've all played a hand in what's happening here, the monuments, all the things. We just couldn't be more blessed to be a part of Lake Creek, Montgomery ISD.
I saw the monuments. I'll get a picture of them on the way out. I mean, it's Mount Rushmore of softball. As you walk through there, there's no doubt where you're coming to play. Kind of intimidating.
That's what we wanted.
That's what you wanted.
They've earned it, though. We're really proud of them, and we're happy that we were able to do that for them. And the Booster Club had a lot to do with the monuments and things like that. We're just so blessed with support here. I can't speak on it enough, from the admin to the parents. It's just a whole community that is behind us all the way.
I can see it. Outstanding facility. Now, the first go-round, the Cougs, they were the only game that really were close to you. A 1-run victory, 5-4. Does that make them like your chief competitor in the district?
You never know what's going to happen in this district. There's always someone that's going to show. Honestly, just depends on who's going to show up that day. It's always a really well-played game. Coach Carreon does a great job getting his team prepared. We try to do the same, and we look forward to hosting them and getting to go over to their facilities as well, because we know it's going to be a worthy opponent, a worthy matchup, and I got nothing but respect for what Coach Carreon has done for his program.
Well, normally we do these interviews in reverse because I'm home and we talk to Vinnie beforehand, but this time we're talking to you first so you can get back over to your side. But wanted to bring you on and introduce you to the community right here in GilTalks Sports, and so happy that you decided to do the interview. She was literally running away. I had to grab her, bring her back in here.
Yes, only for GilTalks Sports.
There you go. Thank you so much. That's an exclusive right there.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
All right, so listen, when we come back after the break, we're going to be talking to the other guy, and the other guy this time is, of course, the Cougs coach, Vinnie Carreon, right here on GilTalks Sports, the pregame show. We'll be right back.
There are tons of different electric companies to choose from. So how are we any different? At Gilmore Electric Express, we treat your home like it was our own. We know every issue is different, so we personally handpick our technicians to make sure each job is done properly and efficiently. Rest assured, there won't be any surprises when it comes to the cost. You'll see and approve your price, so you know exactly what you'll pay before the work even starts. Our job isn't done until you're completely satisfied. Don't settle for less. Call Gilmore Electric Express today.
Welcome back to GilTalks Sports. We're in the pregame show right now, and of course joining me is a usual fan favorite, Vinnie Carreon. Vinnie, thanks a lot for another visit here with GilTalks Sports.
Absolutely. Love getting a chance to talk with you before a game.
You know, it's become a little bit of a tradition. I appreciate that. We're going in kind of a reverse order today. First, we saw Candyce Carter. Of course, we're out at her facility tonight out in Montgomery. And I was telling her how far it is out here. I mean, you guys are traveling.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good hour for us, but, you know, about 15 minutes from Montgomery. So it's a good trip for us. Not too bad. The kids are used to it. And, you know, if we can keep it around an hour, we're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, coming in here, they're undefeated. They're in first place. They're 9-0, 25-1. Their only tough game, though, was against you guys.
Yeah, you know, you make them sound really good. But no, they are. They're really good. They're coached well. The kids play hard. They've got a great tradition. You know, when you walk into this place, they've got all their state championship monuments up. And so, yeah, you know, it's a good challenge for our kids. We've been fortunate enough to be in some good games with them over the last few years. And, you know, hopefully tonight we can kind of repeat our first round with them and make it a close ball game and have a chance at the end and see if we can't come through with it.
Well, not only is it a big game tonight for both of you guys here in District 17, but mathematically you want to get that win so you stay out of that tie with Consol.
Yeah, you know, like that's the thing. Every game, you know, we tell the kids all the time that every game matters and you're playing them one at a time. But yeah, if you look ahead in the schedule, you realize that if, you know, you're able to get this one, you put some room between you and the team that's below you. And, you know, anytime you can beat a good team like this, it's good for your program. And so, you know, you want to get after them and play hard. And, you know, it's a good experience for our kids because this is what we see in the playoffs, you know. And so you want to be able to get after them early now and kind of start prepping yourself for that.
And talking to you so many times, that's one of your favorite expressions, get after them.
Yeah,
that's
right. That's, you know, we want our kids to really play hard, you know, and leave everything on the field. And yeah, so get after it, you know, like let's make sure that they can go to bed at night knowing they did everything they could to win a ball game and to be the best team that they could and know that they left everything on the field. And so that's our goal, is to get after them tonight and see what happens.
So in the last game, we talked to your daughter after the game. She wound up being the only run scored in that game.
Yeah, rough week for us offensively last week. You know, and you hope it's a lull and it's little, you know, you have bad weeks, you know, and we went into Montgomery on Tuesday and the kids did really well against us. And you know, you hope that it doesn't bleed into a Thursday game, which is a weird game because it's the day before and you got a good break coming up. And so there's a lot of things not in our favor that week, but the truth is the kid from Huntsville did a good job and our kids didn't make adjustments, you know, and I didn't have them ready to. And so fortunate to come out of the week with a win, scoring one run. And if it means that we did in the first inning, we did in the first inning. And, you know, hopefully we'll have a few more today.
Now you got Schilling on the mound tonight.
Yep. Addie's going to get back out there for us. She did a really good job against them last week. I mean, heck, she's done a really good job for us all year.
So, 7 strikeouts last game.
Yeah, 7 strikeouts against Huntsville. Threw a good game against them. I think they scored in 2 of the innings we played last time against Lake Creek. And so, you know, it's a good challenge for her, and she enjoys that. And again, just even from her perspective, it's a great opportunity for her to go out and play a really good offensive team who runs well. 7 lefties last time. An opportunity for which we don't see a lot of, so it's a good chance for us to get to see that before we get into the playoffs. And so, all around, great opportunity for us tonight to play a really good ball club who has a history of playing good softball, and we'll see what happens.
And that's what District 17 is all about. And softball, of course, at this level is very fun to watch. We sure are glad you're tuning in on bcsball.com. And of course, I was remiss once again to say this segment is brought to you by the Tilted Pint, but we'll hear about them in the break. Vinnie, thanks so much for joining us here once again in the pregame show. And I've got a couple games left in the regular season, so I hope I get that assignment. If you're listening.
That's right. Next Tuesday, senior night at Cougar Field. So come on out and let's have a great time and send these kids out on a good note.
All right, there he is. Vinnie Carreon from the Cougs will be right back after a word from the Tilted Pint, and it'll be time for player introductions and the first pitch right here on GilTalks Sports, the pregame show on bcsball.com. This edition of GilTalks Sports is presented by the Tilted Pint. Established in 2018, the Tilted Pint is locally owned and operated and the perfect place to gather, unwind, and recharge. It's a New World style English pub with a cozy, inviting neighborhood atmosphere, a fun place to meet your friends after work or make new ones.
Good evening and welcome to the Tilted Pint, where we gather, unwind, and recharge. And on the first and third Wednesdays, it's Tilted Trivia. And then on the second and fourth Wednesdays, we still have game night for music bingos.
It's the Tilted Pint, the perfect place to gather, unwind, and recharge. Be sure to tune into BCS Ball, then of course go to the GilTalks Sports pre- and post-game show on all the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now on TikTok. Lots of softball, baseball action still coming up here for the rest of the season, District 17 on BCS Ball. I'm Gil Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here on GilTalks Sports, the post-game show. We'll see you next time.